So, hi everyone. Not the best setup, and it's a shame I've got this thing that's got love written in lights, right? And it's usually in my living room, and I've actually put it when I'm sitting, but like the stands through in the living room, and I just can't be bothered. Like I'm actually really tired. Like I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm saying I'm gonna go to sleep right after this, but if I'm being honest, I'm more than likely going to watch Love Island, but if I'm falling asleep, I'll turn it off. But yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night. I never do in a Scorpio moon. It's always the same. Um, as they're pulling me to the Scorpio sign on this astrology tablecloth here. So yeah, I mean, like usual, will be the same wherever there's particularly sensitive or intense parts in your chart. That's probably the times when you can't sleep. So even if you're not really aware of that it's to do with astrology, um, yeah, you'll be the same bit. Like say, it's Scorpio moon. It's weird. It's like for the first part of Scorpio moons, I tend to find I'm like really feeling great. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I've got loads of energy. And then it's definitely as it gets to those sort of, the end degrees, which that'll be like in the wee hours of where I live at tomorrow with Valentine's Day. Um so again, really, do you know, like on that note, I mean, because we talk about love around here all the time, don't we? So I mean, and I just looked at 144. So it's it's love is a thing around here all the time. But and not just any kind of love. Um but yeah, for people having like a I don't know. I was like, there was all these words that were coming in my mind, and then now I'm like, I don't know what one to use. But yeah, spicy, racy, hot, whatever. That's so funny because spicy and racy are not even words that I would use. Whatever, but a passionate. There we go. A passionate Valentine's night. It would be tonight. You know what I mean? It would be tonight that it would be very passionate actually. With the last of Scorpio, I mean that's what it's good for. Like Scorpio energy is sex, you know what I mean? It's like it's just screams sex. Out of all the things, it screams sex. And it's funny because Leo is the house of that's so funny by the way, because I'm literally just like that. I'm not even lying. I'm TMI, but I'm sitting here in a rainbow beach towel. Um because that's just what I grabbed. I thought I needed a bath, and I grabbed it, and it was like so. I had those rainbow uh, slippers on. Well, what do you call it? Sliders on, which I like. I wouldn't be caught dead on outside. I'm not even gonna lie. Each their own. It's so funny because my my pal saw them. She was like, "Oh, I love them." I was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't wear them outside." She was like, "Oh, I would," and I was like, "Yeah, I know you would, but like each their own. I'm not wearing them outside, right? They're just for in here because it's just because I was sick of getting my slippers wet. So anyway, loving them. But it was quite funny because I was just laughing at myself that it was like I had the rainbow sliders on and the rainbow towel. So there may be something about rainbows here because there's always very free, sorry, not just very free ascended masters. Very free as Jesus, which is forgiveness though. And I was just led to another synchronicity you do with Jesus there when I said that. Um, so yeah. Oh, and actually, right, okay, so if you're new around here, um, get used to this, right? Because sometimes I'm going to do a video and I'm going to be really tired, and that's tonight. But it's because, like, I was on a Zoom earlier and I was saying that someone that's Mondays are typically my day off, right? Unless, like, I really kind of need to talk to someone or something, or it's the only time they can fit in, and that's what it was earlier. Um, so generally, like, you know what I mean, like for mediumship Monday, it's really just if I feel up to it, and so I'm not like, that other time when I just really was like, nah, I don't want to do it at all. But I am kind of like, I've got a timer on right now and I set it for 15 minutes. And right now there's 10 minutes left on it. 10 minutes, 3 seconds to be exact. And then when it goes off, I'm going to set it again for another 15 minutes, and that'll be me, right? Because I'm shattered. So there's something in this, with all the things that I've said, and there really is something about rainbows here, and rainbows mean hope to me, and so they are pulling me to like a card that my wee niece gave me, that's got rainbows all over it. And so there's just, that's what I'm trying to say, is if you're new around here, every single thing that I'm saying when I'm channeling is something to do with what at least somebody out there needs to hear, but it's usually more than one. I say usually because I feel on a mediumship Monday it is different, because definitely from when I started this around Christmas, right around Christmas, the first few that I done felt like it really, like, some of them felt like sometimes it was just for, it was specific messages that were only going to make sense to a few folk, but I just don't know, I just got drawn to 555 as well, and it's significant because I'm looking all around the room. I know most of you know this, but if you're new, I'm looking all around the room, so when I'm calling out the numbers, they're pulling my eyes to that right when it matters. So there's big changes going on with the rainbow meaning hope to me. There's something about not giving up hope that makes sense with the last of Scorpio moon, because Scorpio moon is pain, it's transformation, it's transmuting energy, it's alchemy, really. You know, it's like turning your pain into power is what it means to me. But it's rough, it can be rough. So like I'd said, you know, when I filmed that wee thing by the sea, if you're tired, which obviously that was for me, I was absolutely shattered because I hadn't had enough sleep. But then, you know, getting my ass out and walking by the sea, which is just my favourite thing to do, or one of them, but yeah, I suppose it is my favourite thing to do. Yeah, it's just amazing when I get out there and I'm like, God, you know what I mean? Even if you're feeling really, really shit, whether it's, like I say, like whether it's just you're feeling sad or angry, or whether it's just, you know, you're generally pretty happy with yourself, but you're tired, which is what it was for me. That just always fills me back up again. By the way, my eyes just got drawn to 717, and I actually feel there's something significant about the 17th of July. Yeah, so again, that's not going to be for everyone, but there's something about the 17th of July, so that might be someone's birthday out there watching this. I actually know that will be relevant to someone out there that I can think of. It could be like, you know, it might even be that it's like somebody close to you's birthday or something, like your kid or, you know, your mum or your dad, I don't know, something like that, because that's, when I just saw that there, that is significant for someone. Right, where are we going? So I've got quite a few decks. I've obviously got love decks, but I've got one that isn't necessarily, well, it's not, it has got a love card in it, which is interesting. It's got, if that comes out, I won't be surprised, because that's the kind of stuff that happens around here. But the love card in the, what's that called again? The love card in this deck, the Wisdom of the Oracle, is called Loyal Heart, and it's got two birds. Oh, see that? Did you hear my throat? Yeah, I really am gonna. So when that alarm goes off, it just gives me an idea of how long I've got, and I'll set it again for another 50 minutes, and then I'll get off. But when my voice does that, it's just indicating my energy, which doesn't surprise me. And now that's so funny. They're pulling me at the word self-care over there. Oh, yeah. So that's what it's about. I know my limits, and whatever I say, it'll be for someone, and I'll be in better fettle. Is that the right? What's that saying again? Maybe that's something I need to Google that, because it's not something that I really say. There's someone in my life says it to me, and I can't even think who it is. It's come up right away though. Someone must have said that. Oh no, wait a minute! It's someone's name. Who the fuck is this? Prepare. That's someone's name. Wait a minute. Put in the better fettle. If you say that someone or something is in fine fettle, you mean that they are in very good health or condition. Oh, so it is. Yeah, see what I mean? I don't say that saying, so somebody says that saying. To sort out, to fix, to make, to mend, to repair. What does fettle mean in Scottish? Strength, vigour, condition. Oh, I didn't know it was Scottish. Right, okay, so fetal. No, it's saying Geordie's saying that as well. So the Geordie one is non-Geordie translation. Out of fetal means ill. Yeah, all right. So that is basically what I'm saying. Out of fetal means ill or not oneself, whereas in a fetal means in a bad mood. Right. So everything that which means to sort out a problematic person or situation. So any and all of that might make sense to someone. God knows. Anyway, it's the 13th today. It's Robbie Williams' birthday. I'd already said in the shorts that I'd realised, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Do you know it was particularly magical? When I was saying, oh, Robbie Williams, or specifically the song Angels may be significant to someone out there, I realised when I was watching it back, that the person in spirit for me, it was actually her anniversary. So it's like a family friend. It was like, I called her Manty, but she wasn't Manty, that kind of thing. That's a Scottish thing. It's fucking random as fuck. It's like Scottish people as well. When I was at school and that, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's my cousin. It totally wasn't your cousin. It was like some kind of weird thing that Scottish people do. I really don't think anyone does that. If other people do that in the world, let me know. But it's weird as fuck. I have actually got loads of cousins. I just looked at 11 spiritual waiting. Anyway, sounds like I'm talking shit. Yeah, it's going to mean something to someone, trust me. But I am very tired. Where are we going now? It's so funny, but see, when I'm really tired like this, I'm actually closing my eyes because I'm that tired, and sometimes sometimes it's better. It's so funny. I just don't judge it because the message isn't for me. Sometimes the messages really do make sense to me as well, but when it's not for me, it's like whatever. I'm just putting myself out of the way and doing it. Right. So somebody's either not feeling in good fettle, or all the other stuff that I said. And I do resonate with that right enough because I really need a good sleep. But you know when it's like I'm really excited to go to sleep because I'm that fucking tired, and I don't get like that very often. I put the heater on in here too, so that's making me even more sleepy. But yeah, that's what Scorpio moon's like. That's what Scorpio moon's like for me because I've got the most Scorpio in my chart. I'm very Plutonian. It's how I can really do all of this. I mean, it's one of the, you know what I mean? It's how I transmute pain. But it's why I'm in full Empress mode, you know, really up to my self-care and self-love the last couple of years over the craziness, and even more so this year. I can feel that's the case because of how much I support others. Anyway, so you might be the same, that you need to hear all of this. Right. Limitations are merely opportunities to grow. I use them as stepping stones to success. Yes. So, oh yes, so basically I did say that. Yeah. So my family friend, that was her anniversary, the day I was channeling those messages when I was saying things about Robbie Williams and angels and everything. But I feel it's going to be significant to someone else as well. Or like say the 13th of February might be someone's birthday too. I'm just going to put that timer on again now because so it doesn't interrupt us. I've put 20 minutes on the thing. Right, so, and I might, again, famous last words, but right. So you can't actually see me shuffling. I usually do like this. But what does somebody out there need to hear, right? Is it for the collective? Is it for somebody specific? Give us something that's going to be helpful to someone out there. We've got, oh, look at that. I like to wow around here. Right, look at this, right? I'll read it from the book because that's why I got these, to give me a bit of a break. Because I usually don't read, not usually, but again, when it comes to do I like to read from the book or do I like to just channel the cards, it's always just channel the cards because the cards just back up whatever I say. Everyone around here, hashtag all these, knows that, but just in case you're new, because we've got a lot of new people. Hey, you never know, this might be the night. Listen, what would be a brilliant Valentine's present to me that just got to 14 minutes? If we could get 2 people overnight and I wake up tomorrow and we've got 444, that would be a very lovely Valentine's Day for me. Again, Valentine, it is just another day. So I feel somebody needs to hear that there, that, you know, it's, you know, it is just another day. It is what it is. Right, so, but between worlds, so yin is divine feminine. And so that's interesting because I was mentioning about Empress and divine feminine. I tend to do that a lot on a Monday. It's probably because Mondays are connected to the moon, which is feminine energy. And we're in a Scorpio moon, which is feminine energy. Yin is feminine energy. I'm divine feminine. It's weird. But it's meant to be. And also, I'm just noticing this is a 3 on this card. Just trust me, it's a 2 and a 3. It's actually 2 and 3. So there's something happening in steps here. Something's happening. Everything's happening the way it's meant to. That's what I'm getting from this. But that between worlds, it's like, and what I'm getting is either a divine feminine feels between worlds right now. And I'm getting that this is like you're feeling a bit in the new earth and a bit in the old earth. Like, you're falling into limiting beliefs. But other days you're having magical experiences. Now, you don't need to be... Feminines can be a man, woman, or whatever you identify as. And also, this could be the divine masculines out there. This could be talking about your feelings. Because yin energy is feelings, right? So, let's read them both then. What's behind that? Peace. Yeah, and this is what I'm feeling it's about, actually. It's about... And that's actually like a conversation or something earlier. It's about you finding your peace. So if you've been in a sort of time period where the 23rd might be significant too, because there's 23 on this card, but if you've been in a kind of time where and that'll be in the Pisces season, actually, the 23rd of February, where you've not had peace, I feel that is very nearby. And there's also a dove on this too, which to me means God, because I've got a dove that helps. Yeah, it's one of my guides, and that's very much that energy. Right, so 2. Let's read this ring. Oh, clean it up. Just trust me. My hands just flicked to the card that says clean it up. Get into the core of a situation. Freedom from a burden. Cleaning house. Sweeping away what is no longer needed. Well, that's what Scorpio Moon will do. To the sea. I was just talking about the sea. Right, let's get to the one I read. Right. The feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move. Oh my god. I'm not fucking shitting you. It actually what the fuck? Look. Letting someone else make the first... Right, okay, so there's something in that there. I wasn't doing it like that, like... Oh, I wasn't meaning to do it like that, but I think they are. That's where divine feminine collectives are at that are going to resonate with this. And that's where divine masculines... Yes, that makes sense now. That does make sense. Because I spoke to divine masculine energy earlier, that makes sense. It's like divine masculines, regardless of your gender, feel in between worlds, right? You've got one foot in your old world and one foot in the new one. Or you want to have... Well, you actually want to have both feet in the new world. That's what it's about. Old earth, new. Right, okay. Okay, so again, just to clarify, as you're listening to this, listen to it for your own feelings, your own divine feminine energy, and your own yang energy, which is, divine feminine is yin, divine masculine is yang. That's why I always say the yin to yang. In case people didn't know that. So someone might not know that. Yeah, and this is about taking action. So that is clearly about divine feminines letting divine masculine make the first move. And again, it's not for everyone, is it? Because not all divine masculines are going to be ready to make a move. It's not all going to happen on Valentine's Day for everyone, but it will for some. And we've got other decks that can, like, let's just randomly pick a card. What do we need to know about that? I tell you, because I'm going to actually just, like, because it's, I'm actually just going to take the piss out of me, because it is quite... Oh, look, there's doves on that card too. There is something about doves. Dove is peace, though. Dove is peace, and that is a card behind that. Geese peace. That's a Scottish saying. Oh yeah, I was just going to say, I remember one year, why am I talking shite? It was last year. I was going to try and pretend like it wasn't last year, but I was like, I can't lie, and I don't give a shit. Just in case, like, there was any kind of, like, appearance of, well, it's not going to be fucking anyone else, is it? Like, I got it was funny, like, it was like, I don't know if it... Oh yeah, it would have been. It was a Monday, so it was my day off, and I was like, and I got I think I'd ordered a Costa or something, and I got a biscuit that was like, I can't remember what it said on it, right? I can't remember what it says on it, but it was like a Valentine's biscuit, and I thought, just in case, that's a wee cute thing. But I'm telling you, Valentine's Day came and went, and then I forgot about it, and I found it, and I fucking ate it, like, a week later or something. It was quite good. But anyway, just sharing a little bit there. But I'm just sort of getting the point across there is that you just really, you get to the point as a divine feminine, you just release all the expectation, because otherwise you can find yourself in a bit of a shitty place. Do you know what I mean? If you're expecting some big grand gesture or something, and you don't even get like a fucking text or anything, it's not the best, is it? So just release all the expectations. Right, so what does this card say? Because this was for someone. Because look, because that's the reality, that some divine masculines are feeling like, that guy's like, oh, fucking hell, I don't even know what to do here. Do you know what I mean? And it says confusion on it. And you might not be a guy either, but that is a guy clearly like, fucking hell, man. He could be stressed out about someone else. All seekers, I don't have a lot of laugh, but it does look like a funny picture. All seekers of truth experience confusion. Ask the divine to provide the answers you need. Of course, that could be a divine feminine confusion too. Anyway, what else do we need? Trust, yeah. This situation is calling for you to have faith and trust, and that's what the twin flame journey is all about. Trust that whenever your union is meant, it will happen. It won't happen on the day of apparent love, which is actually, it's actually to do with sacrifice and blood and all that, by the way. Like, I don't know what led me to read that the other day, but I was like, what the fuck? That's what the red's all about. Fucked up, isn't it? That's what this world is like. Reconciliation. You can't even make this shit up. So there are going to be some of course there are. Because, like, some people out there will be like, right, you know what? I'm just going to hang on until Valentine's because January's dark and it's not too far away. I'm just going to do something cute about it. Some people will do that, right? Someone from your past is returning. So, right. Or you might be the person that's returning to someone. And it could be around the 22nd now because it's 22 minutes. Right, so, wow. Letting someone else make the first move, gathering information, taking in the cues, the art of conscious allowing. Wait a minute. Did I not? Wow, on one of those shit, I think that was actually for today. For one of those shorts, the message was about conscious manifesting. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. Let others take the lead right now. This is the relationship message. Your power lies in the small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will be pleasantly surprised. So I do feel there's an element of surprise coming in here. This is a time when the most effective action is to allow others to show you the way forward. Observe their behaviour and follow their lead. That your desire to push through must take a back seat for now. Collaborate and offer your ideas rather than dictating what must happen. Let others come to you. So this is a strong message. I mean, this is a strong message for any divine feminines that were thinking about, I don't know, being in I don't know. That whole, is it leap year? All that kind of leap year shit and, all that kind of stuff about, I don't know. Because, look, this is funny. I wondered when this was going to come in. See this little soldier? I found this on the ground. I don't know. It might have even been a year ago or it was definitely over 6 months ago. But it was washed up in the sea, right? And I remember the day I found it, they were giving me a message about this is where the divine masculines are at. Like, they're a wounded warrior, they're a wounded soldier. So I'm going to put that over there. We'll put that guy there. Leave him upright. But again, like, being serious, like, I really do feel someone's went through it. Like, they're going through the war. So again, this could be you watching this, regardless of your gender, or this is going to be your twin. It's going to be one or the other, or it could be the two of you. But it's about really, you've just really went through the wars, you've went through the battles, you've went through a lot. Listen to this. Let others come to you. It's important that they feel they have power now. Another meaning is about releasing your need to have things in the form you want. So that's when I say release expectations. Because the thing is, twin flame unions are happening. They're just not all happening on Valentine's. So that's where you just sort of chill and release. I'm pointing out the obvious, but it is just because like for some things, for some people it is, for some people it isn't, right? So how do you want to feel? Bask in your success. Now allow the universe to show you the form. Yin is the sign of essence. Things may go more smoothly than you expect. Right, okay. And I do feel I want to pull a few more of these loved ones. We've got 7 minutes on the timer. What are the chances of me actually? So that's Divine Feminine, right? You're clearly being told several times, let others come to you. So that is definitely about let Divine Masculine come to you when they're ready. I'm even wondering if that's... Yeah, I do feel it is as well. It's kind of like, don't be overly masculine, as in like you feel like you have to say Happy Valentine's or anything like that. It means what it says in the tin. Let others come to you. Because it's about what that said. Let somebody else feel like they're taking the lead. Because if you initiate, then you're taking it, you're going into your masculine. So that's gonna be really hard for those of you that do resonate with falling really into the masculine more than the feminine a lot. You know what I mean? It's this isn't for everyone anyway, because I know that loads of people aren't at that. Just that isn't relevant to your journey right now. But so take it as it resonates. 2 flew out. Right, intense respect and learn. The intensity of a true soul connection includes great highs and great lows. Again, picking up on what I've already said, that it's like there's going to be great highs with, I feel, happy reconciliations coming about. And it's not necessarily, this isn't just for tomorrow, by this is just like, this is timeless too. So it's, anyway, pointing out obvious, respect your relationships. Let love show you how to learn from each other. I feel there's something really strongly coming in there about knowing that, again, remember, this is either going to be for you or it's for your twin. So if you're like, oh, I already know that, Claire, then it's the other person that would need to hear this. But I feel everyone needs to hear it. I don't even know what I'm going to say yet. But I can feel they're telling me something about understanding that you don't have to be perfect and nobody expects you to have all the answers and be feeling 100% your best and like making, like it's something around like, I feel this is a message for the Divine Masculines, that like it's like that you don't have to get every word perfect, or everything doesn't have to, it's just something around and I know this because this is literally everyone I work with. It's everything doesn't need to be perfect. I've just pulled the retreat cards. It's time to disconnect from the world, but I feel this is what people are going to be doing together, because that's always what that card means to me. I think it's actually like a bride walking down. It's really quite a random one, this, but it's weird it's got retreat on it, because it's really like a bride walking down the aisle with her dad. But I've had these cards as a teenager. I've never really got that, because it's like, why? What the fuck has that got to do with retreat and it's time to disconnect from the world? But the fact that I've just been pulled to that again, there is something about weddings here or engagements or something, because, which obviously that does happen, doesn't it? But it's kind of like, that's really interesting, because I literally never mention that when I pull that card, but it's because I'm always like, what a weird picture to choose. But anyway, retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. What my language of these cards usually means is, it's either you need to retreat from the world and go inwards, but I really do feel in this case it's like 2 people that are coming to reconciliation doing that. Temptation. Think carefully about the situation, but it's like temptation. I just feel the temptation is too strong. This bond is too strong. A love bond goes strong over time. I feel that is what has been going on in a lot. Well, I know that is what's going on in a lot of these twin flame dynamics. It's just someone's reaching breaking point. I don't know if the Twin Flame card is actually with us because I've half the deck's through the office, but let's see what falls out. What else do you need to know about that? And then I'll read the Divine Masculine card and then I'll get off. Life's a series of constantly shifting cycles when we resist change, which is where the masculines have been at for a long time. And Divine Feminines can fall into that as well, but it's definitely masculines have been in a time of really resisting change. It's what I'm helping my clients with all the time. We resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress, like the guy that's like, fuck my life. Go with the flow, and that's Divine Feminine energy. So the first bit is Divine Masculine energy, like, you know, when you're stressing out, and it's again, it's just the sort of a part of Divine Masculine energy, you know what I mean? Because there's the great things about taking action and passion and everything to do with the Yang energy, but this is about, like, you know, when you're getting stuck in your head and creating unnecessary stress, like what I was channeling about, feeling like you need to get everything right or it's game over, you know, that's just fucking ridiculous. Go with it, but that is what people do to themselves, so it's important to say, go with the flow, you'll be surprised where it leads. Like, that's taking a leaf out of Divine Feminine's book and just being spontaneous, but just, yeah, just seeing what it kind of like, almost like not planning what you're going to say and just seeing what happens in the moment. That's what they're saying to me. Right. Trusting that the right words will flow, because they will. Trust that Spirit has your back, whoever's that's for. Right, one more card here. Yeah, look, because like it's not just someone, it's everyone that's going to resonate. Transformation. This is what Scorpio energy is about. Your relationship with, oh yeah, I forgot I said that. I was looking away. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. And that's just reminded me that I was going on about, really tonight is better for the whole, you know, if you're going to be getting down on Valentine's, because of the last degrees of Scorpio being so intense and sexy, really, because it goes into Sagittarius in the wee hours of tomorrow. But in saying that, Sagittarius energy is really fun, and it's fire energy, and it's passionate as well. Like, I've got a Sag moon, you know, that's why I'm passionate about my work, and I've got loads of fire energy, but you know what I'm saying, it's whereas tonight is like, I don't even know what to say. It's like, I was about to say it's like twin flame love, but yeah, it's intense. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I've got to have you right there and then kind of energy. Do you know what I mean? But don't worry, guys. Whenever you're in union, you can just wait once a month for the Scorpio moon. There'll be other Scorpio moons. Or perhaps you are a Scorpio. Oh, look. I like that picture in the back of that card. Right. Let's read 3 now for the masculine energy, because the timer's got 18 seconds, so that's clearly not going to happen. So we'll just fucking turn that off. And oh, look at the magic of this. It's just got the 33 minutes, which is Divine Masculine. That's one of my signs for Divine Masculine, because Divine 33 is connected to Jesus, and that is Divine Masculine energy. And we're doing Divine Masculine's card. This is what I mean by, I don't plan that, it just happens. They plan it. Transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Of course, that could be not ended one situation and wanting to start another. Like, it could literally be with people. We would never advise that, but that does happen in some situations. But it can also just mean leaving an old life behind and moving into a new life. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Because yeah, that's not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. You know what I mean? You could interpret that a different way. Temporary blindness, no man's land. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you're unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. We already had the trust card come up earlier. You're done learning lessons of recent experiences. This is blowing my fucking mind. That is the karma. That is what Divine Masculines are there to do. You're in different dynamics, you're in different karmic situations with romantic things, whether it be long-term relationships or flings or whatever, or just, you know, one night stand, whatever lots of people do out there, or marriages of fucking decades. You're in different karmic situations to learn. And also karmic situations can be karmic friends, karmic family, karmic jobs, all that kind of, it can be addictions, blah 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 blah. It says you're done learning the lessons of recent experiences, or it can just be like experiences you've had a long time. In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. And that's, oh, I love this, because that is clarifying what I was getting about this feeling. And again, that was, they were just telling me that. I wasn't getting that from a card at that point. They were saying something about just not putting pressure on yourself to feel like you can't fuck up. I mean, it just, I'm sort of saying, like, is that what you're trying to tell me? Because everybody knows that. But again, yeah, some people really do need to hear that. That, yeah, to loosen up a little bit. There's a great freedom and power to be unleashed, a mystery that is not yours to understand, weave the web of life. And then look at me, I was getting all confused there, because it's not, you know, I don't need to understand that. Whoever's meant to hear that, I'll hear it. Within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions, the seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root again. So this is about twin flames out there, both, that have been manifesting each other, because that is what you and your twin flame are doing. You're manifesting each other. You know, you both want each other as much as the other one does. When awakened to that love is what I always buffer it with. You know, it's a... But I would even say that it's like that seed was planted long ago. And it's just the different winding paths that people... Or it's like what I said ages ago when I was saying about the transit of Jupiter, when I realised that when that transit happened, oh god, I'm getting all confused. Yeah, so it would have been Pisces, like whatever, 12, 13 years ago or something. I realised, I was like, shit, that's like when mine went back to sleep. It's, you know what I mean? And it's just got, oh god. Or it seemed like that anyway. It's 37 minutes and he's 37. So do you know what I'm saying? It's like, but that's going to be relevant to the rest of you, because there's loads of people that watch me that are 37 as well. But it's just because it's your North Node in Taurus, you know. So it's kind of like that. Now it's time for the next part of your journey and to follow your destiny. I mean, that's really deep, but that is what it's about. But it's just when I channeled about, you know, that blew my mind. And I'm glad I didn't know that at the time. I'm glad I didn't know that at the time, that it was going to be this long, basically. Do you know what I mean? But it made sense. It's like Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter expands anything it touches, and Pisces is it's magical, mystical, but it's also confusion and illusion. So it makes sense to me that it expands confusion and illusion, and it does feel like for a lot of divine masculines, it kind of clouded their perception of your connection. And I would say that would be fair to say that about my twin flame journey as well. But again, I'm just saying it from my side of it. Right, so right. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root. But what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. And it reminds me of when my friend always says, it's not what you expect. You know what I mean? It's true. Like, you know, things can be even better than what you expected. Or totally different. You know what I mean? When you're between worlds, you're invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Wow. Isn't that magical when I was saying that about rainbows? Do so and you will not be disappointed. So again, it's release all expectations if this is where you're at on the twin flame journey. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. Again, that is perfect for what they were saying to me about just fuck around and find out. I literally just heard that. Like, just fucking dive all in and see what happens. Do you know what I mean? You don't yet know if this will last forever. So allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. And that's very apt for twin flames. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You're in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. In your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When the symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in a new and different arenas. So there you go. That's hitting something that for the people that aren't interested in the romance and all that right now, they're focused on their career and their jobs and stuff. Although that is actually some divine masculines too, and they're getting caught up chasing the dough or chasing the coins, and then they're being pulled away from focusing on the divine feminine actually. Because I know that, because like I say, that really applies to one of my friends. Like she even literally just said just yesterday, she's like, I know I'm doing it again, because it is an addiction. So that's going to be relevant to whoever resonates with that. If you get caught up kind of not taking a day off because you're always taking on more work or something like that. Like slow down, have a rest, have a break. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy the good life. There's a card in this called that actually, I'm sure. Where did I get to there? Remain curious, and with the right combination, time and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. Wow, magical. Right, we'll not pull another one of them. And my throat's actually a bit sore now, but again, it is probably because have I done a lot of talking today? Not really. I was earlier on the Zoom, but again, it is just my energy's lower in a Scorpio moon. So, but usually when my throat hurts when it wasn't sore before, it is to do with having difficulty speaking your truth. So that's very relevant to someone there. Right, I'm just going to pull one each from this deck of about yeah, so that makes sense. It's more of a divine feminine, divine masculine check-in tonight because of the Valentine's. I just go with the flow on a Monday night, so it is what it is. What have we got for divine feminine then? And I'll just pull one of them overall because they're long-winded. I haven't pulled one of them for ages. Remember we done that last summer? The Rumi cards. Right, so divine feminine. What have we got for divine feminine? Consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Listen, no comment, right? Surely to fucking God, I don't have to prove how committed I am to love. Fucking hell, the things I've done for love, Jesus. Right. Oh, look, I just said Jesus, and I literally pulled it. I've opened it 33. Appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. Right, so, but what's really pulling me in here is, look, that's like a wee couple laying their head on one another, being like, we done it. We got our dream home. It's reminding me of like 13 going on 30 again. I nearly said 30 going on 40, which just keeps making me laugh because I'm 40 next year. And I'm like 13 going on 40. That's funny. Never lose your childlike spirit. Someone once said that to me once. Right, so, and I won't. What number is this? This is number 50, so somebody might be 50 out there that is significant too. Right, divine feminine. Is this the last one in the deck? Oh, it is. It's the last card in the deck. And the author's name is Angela, which might be significant here as well. Consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Love means committing without guarantees. In love, we give ourselves completely in the hope it will be lasting. Love is basically, I'm getting this real theme of, it's a risk for both people. But it's a risk worth taking. Whoever needs to hear that. In love, we give ourselves completely in the hope it will be lasting. Love is an act of faith. Basically, I think it's really getting at the people out there that don't risk anything at all because they're so afraid of the person leaving before you've even tried. That's really what I'm getting from that. Like, because that is seriously letting your fears and your limiting beliefs rule your life. And you can't go through your whole life living like that. God knows some people do. I just got drawn to all the fours, like four, all the fours. So the angels, it's like the angels are all around you, cheering you on to take a risk. Strong relationships and love. Wait a minute, did I read that bit? Love is an act of faith. Surround yourself with love and know that your life will be better for it. Strong relationships and love can come from friendship. For lasting love, support those you treasure and be a genuine friend. So your relationships are based on affection, common values, and shared respect. Take things slow. So there's a message about taking things slow. It's important not to rush. Release any fear you have about love after I just said that. If a person brings out the best in you and you in them, things are on the right track. A couple embraces as they look at a charming cottage. We see the couple from the back, and this indicates you may not have the full picture. Very, oh my god, beyond very relevant for twin flames, usually. However, there is no need to push or control what's unfolding. Again, that's about just let it flow. The candles in the tree branches bring light and positive blessings to you. And like I said, it might feel pretty dark right now for a lot of people, but the Sagittarius moon, as we move into Valentine's Day, will bring that lighter, brighter, optimistic, happy, fun, playful, laughter. So actually, you see what I mean? Depends what you're into. If you've got more of a kind of bantery, I mean, of course you could have both, but if you've got a kind of more bantery, like pals, you're going to do something fun and adventurous. I don't know, like a fucking, I don't know. Like I was about to say, like going to a fucking, what is the word for that? Like going on a roller coaster or something, which I couldn't think of anything worse. I hate shit like that. But anyway, do you know what I'm saying? If you're that kind of couple, the Sagittarius moon is going to be a really fun Valentine's Day for you. But if you're more kind of wanting to, let's get it on. I don't know, if you're more wanting to, get down and dirty, then this video's not going to get out in time for. Anyway, and I'm sure you're not waiting on the guidance from Spirit through me for how to do your Valentine's night. You do you. But, like a Scorpio, this is a good, actually, this is like good relationship advice for those of you that are already in union, married couples or whoever else, or whenever you get in union. A Scorpio moon would be a good night to kind of go out for something to eat or something, and like slowly build up that tension, because by the time you get home you'd be wanting to rip each other's clothes off. That's what Scorpio moon's all about. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Sagittarius moon's like fun, playful banter. So it's really, and you're very lucky if you've got both. And that actually kind of sounds like twin flame relationship. The best of both worlds, right? Okay, so what have we got for divine masculine? We have, what does this say? Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. And embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Right, well that feels even more significant than that one actually. So I'm actually going to read that one. 18. And I saw true love as I'm flicking through the pages. Feelings and emotions are part of who you are. Allow yourself to feel what is going on for you. Your feelings can alert you to the truth of a situation. Take positive steps to determine why you feel the way you do. Emotions come under 4 categories: happiness, sadness, anger, and fear. Once you figure out what is going on for you, you can take power away from an emotion. Experiencing an emotion you're uncomfortable expressing can be a big challenge. Journaling is a way to process and clarify difficult emotions. Writing about your emotions will help you organise your thoughts and work through your feelings. And I really just feel that's echoing what I was saying about anyone that's getting overly worried or stressed, or I'm really sort of seeing that 8 of Swords card in the, what's that deck called again? It's one of my favourites, and I can never remember the name. The Lightseers Tarot, where the girl's looking in the mirror, and she's just all, tangled up in her head. And again, this can be a man that's feeling like this as well. Or like Nine of Swords sitting up worrying all night. It's that kind of feeling, or even the devil, like the devil putting fear into you. It's that kind of feeling of like, feel it to heal it, but like see through it that it is you're doing that to yourself, like, like worrying over. It's not worrying over nothing, but getting yourself worried about something that really isn't worth worrying about it that much. A young girl clings to the neck of a spiraled unicorn. The unicorn has wings and flying as if lifting the child above a situation. Unicorns symbolise magic. His wings express your ability to overcome and transcend your current circumstances, like the phoenix rising, which is very Scorpio energy, and we're in Scorpio moon. You are in a period of growth and learning how to better understand yourself, and that is where divine masculines are at. They're waking. You're waking up. They're waking up, and you're understanding more of yourself. But I mean, divine. That's happening for divine. That's happening for all of us. That's happening for divine feminines as well. But it's this really exciting period of change. Of that card's perfect. Yeah, being between worlds. So be easy on yourself that you're not expected to have all the answers. Right, I love that. Okay, so, and actually I can really think where that fit. Well, it feels like I can feel where that's going to fit for people that are transitioning in like careers and or starting new ventures and stuff. So it's not just about love, right? What roomy card have we got? Blow us away, spirit. And actually I have kind of woke up now that I'm doing this. So, and then look what I've just said. I have actually just woke up now that I'm doing this. Everything's part of it. That's so cool. Because I'm meaning I've woke up enough to go and make some tea and toast and watch Love Island and stay awake for it. But that made sense for what I was saying. Now that I've woke up now that I'm doing it. So you're going to wake up even further on your spiritual journey in your twin flame connection with your twin flame, for those that are ready to do that, or whatever this applies to with work and stuff. When you're doing the thing, not by sitting worrying, thinking about it, and when I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that, I'm going to do this way, that way. It's like just dive right in. Right. And the card, Arise. Oh my god, that felt magical. 13. And what's today's date? The 13th. And what's this one? Dance of the Divine Feminine. Wow. Dance of the... How crazy is that? Where's that card? I pulled Yin and Dance of the Divine Oh my god, and now I've just picked up the Fates. Dance of the Divine Feminine. Look, so there's fate is happening. Oh, I can't even get the words out. Again, that always means something when I can't get the words out. Someone can't get the words out. Or they feel like they can't. Yeah, fate and destiny is taking place here. Right, okay, so 13. But the dance of the Divine Feminine is to be. The dance of the Divine Masculine is to take action. Right. Wings of hope. Oh, look, hope again. Wings of hope languish from lack of use. When wings dissipate and weaken, life begins to lose its value. Every cell in your body is created to rise to challenges. Your life is meant to confront everything that holds you captive. Don't sit at the bottom of the well not caring about salvation. Listen to the voice within calling to you. Reach for eminence beyond your own maturity. No idea what that means, but never mind, we'll move on. I dance before you in sacred spectacle, hoping to garner your attention. Look at me. I cry to your ailing spirit and despondent flesh. Look at me. If you were to look up, you would see that I am a mirror of your own being, your light, your heart, your spirit, your all. Yes, there is pain. Yet there is a letting go taking place, and you're frightened and uncertain. Sometimes. But you make this mean something that it does not. It means that you are to turn your head away from what is dying. Do this gently but firmly. Turn your head towards what is living. Oh my god. I was trying not to interrupt, but hello, that is totally that Between Worlds card. This is crazy, but I love it. See what I mean? It's better when I'm tired. Because it's not me. You know what I mean? None of this is me, but it's just, it's because that's crazy. Look at me, I will show you truth, and you shall laugh, your deepest belly laughter, when I just said that the Sagittarius moon on Valentine's is about laughter, with so much glee, sharing in my secret that the only force at work in your life is unconditionally loving divinity. I see you, a divine wild child and sacred heart. You have gumption, chutzpah, I don't know what that means, guts. You dare to love where others only see pain. You dare to believe that everything will somehow work out where others see only what they judge to be wrong. You see love where others ply fear. You seek freedom where the world still buys into manipulation and propaganda. Don't lose heart, beloved wild child. Dare to believe. You're right to do so. This is so like, this feels very divine. This is fucking, I'm resonating with this. This is very divine feminine. This is very empowered divine feminine once you've got over the hurdles, the big ones. Like, to really have that much trust. And this is what they're saying, like they're wanting divine masculine to have this wild trust. Wild trust, I like that. It's a divine rebel in you that refuses to surrender hope. Give up the fight, perhaps a battle that comes from a place of fear, but never give up your hope. Oh, and that's one of my favourite sayings, never give up hope. That hope in your heart, that optimism, patience for growth, and to love creates a light within you that helps the world see through darkness. And this is why I was saying, that's what divine feminines are here to do, is be a light in the darkness. It becomes a candle that shimmers contentedly upon the windowsill of your heart temple. There it is, more obvious, even in the darkness. The stars do appear to shine brighter at night, beloved, but don't become consumed by your nightmares. This is what I just said, the Nine of Swords cards. Like, someone cannot sleep at night for worrying about what they're going to say. That's it's specifically in a connection. And that is a lot of yous out there. They will pass, or it's your twin. So it's you or it's your twin. They will pass with the coming dawn, you'll see. Don't give them too much stock. Instead, put your attention towards the defiant candle of hope that burns as its nature and purpose within you. Can you sense its warmth even in the presence of cold fear? Ah, it shall warm you now, and if not, then I come to remind you, you're a blazing angel. You're filled with holy fire, and you shall prevail. Oh, the joy of you, the expanse of you. You fill my own heart with your magnificent essence. I see and know the great beloved in you. There the great beloved is. Looking at this... I'm sorry, but it's totally giving me like Romeo and Juliet. It's probably because I caught Romeo and Juliet on the telly a couple of weeks ago. It's like, feels like I'm reading something out of Romeo and Juliet. I'll put that aside, but that's very Scorpio moon too. That's very Venus and Scorpio. There the great beloved is, looking out at me from behind your eyes. I see, and that's why it's so intense and very challenging for some people to look in their twin flames' eyes. Not some people, all people. But obviously, once you've got all the chat out the way and, you know, that the chat that everyone's scared to have, you're going to be looking in their eyes all the time. You're probably going to be like, oh, fuck, it's you again. Do you know what I mean? I'm only joking. I just said that at 57, so that might be significant. But it's kind of like, you're never going to tire for looking in their eyes. Do you know what I mean? It's because it is just like, it's just magical. I say it all the time, but they're guiding me to say it. I always used to say that in my twin flame. Like, I could never say no to your eyes, which probably is something I should not have said to him, because then he had that info. I'm only joking. But yeah, he always used to say it to me, and there's not a lot of things he did say to me, to be honest. You know, there's not like loads of sweet things that he used to say to me. It was more he showed me, you know, like he just is, before we lost that love and feelings. Anyway, but yeah, that was one of the things he used to say. Like, I just always remember he would look in at my eyes and be like, your eyes are mad. And what he was meaning is, I'm getting lost in your eyes. And it's like, of course he was, because it's fucking seeing himself in his eyes. He was seeing himself. He was seeing his own divinity. And again, when me and him were saying these things to each other, we both didn't realise who we were to one another. You know what I'm saying? And isn't it funny that love thing, see, look, it's like shining on the card, and it looks like stars. Anyway, I digress. Looking out at me from behind your eyes, I see the candlelight of your heart temple flicker within your gaze. That is what the candle of hope honours, the workings of the great beloved, so creative and crazed with love for you that all circumstances of your life, down to the tiniest detail, are evoked out of love. Love out of passionate desire takes you from despair into hope. Despair into hope feels like Scorpio moon going into Sagittarius, actually. I always feel like it's darkness going into light. There's a beauty about Scorpio moon too, but there is no denying it as pain. And it's a shadow. And it's when people can be a bit nippy each other, like annoying is what nippy means in Edinburgh. You know, it's triggering because it's like, it's kind of like everyone's dark side of it. From holding on to letting go, from turning away to open up. So the great beloved takes you across the moonlit ocean into the temple of the cosmic heart. Here an eternal flame burns, bright with hope, igniting the light within the hearts of all of humanity. You're being asked to trust, to gently lay to rest the suffering that has been, perhaps because of what you labelled as the failure, the doubt, the losses, and the setbacks. There are so little in the greater scheme of you. Put them aside, allow them to rot, become fertilizer for life, which is Scorpio energy, by the way. That is like literal shit. It's like letting go of it. Let go of the shit, basically. But do not try to keep them alive beyond their earthly expiry date, lest you become tainted or poisoned by the rot. Let them go and instead focus on what is alive now. Again, that is so that card about let go of the past and move in. It's not even moving in the future, it's live in the present where you want to live, which is somewhere where you're being pulled. That's been a different thing to different people. Can you sense that before you is a great being of light, a greater pathway opening up? This is truth, blazing angel, this is truth. Take the step. So is it when the light of the heart is felt within, reminding you of your own divine nature. The world is here for you to experience, so that you may realize divinity in its majesty, mystery, and love, more so than ever. All serves that sacred purpose, so embrace it. Find your faith, be at peace. And there's that word again, peace. That's basically what it is. People want peace now. Where you've not had peace, you want peace. Know that no matter what appears to be, all is well, and that's the confusion bit. You are so loved, it cannot even begin to be translated sufficiently into words. And that's a good way to put twin flame love. But it can be transmitted from my heart to yours, just as the sun catches dried tinder and sets it aflame. I was going to make a joke about tinder now. This oracle comes with a message for you. Arise. You have been downtrodden for long enough now. Perhaps you have been feeling defeated, put upon, underestimated, walked over in mind, body, or spirit by others, your own doubts and fears. That is exactly what I was saying about when I was seeing the Nine of Swords. Enough now. You are liberated through the hope in your heart, the divine optimism that buoys your spirit and demands that you shall have your dawn. You shall rise like the sun and begin again now. Step up. It is your time. Do you like how dramatic I was there? I do. I'm going to watch this back. I always watch it back. Well, yeah, I do always watch it back. Sometimes I think a couple of times I haven't, but I will watch it back. Stand up and turn behind you. Say aloud, with gratitude. You don't need to say it, you can just listen. Oh my god, sorry, I needed to burp there and I nearly burped really loud. But when I burp, that's when I'm clearing energy, if you're new, but also it's stronger in a Scorpio moon as well. Got the hiccups. With gratitude and deep soul daring, I thought it said darling, but it says soul daring, I choose to say thank you and goodbye to my past. This is perfect for a Scorpio moon. What has been and is no longer to be. I am at peace with this, for what has been is nothing more than fertilizer for life to flourish now. Polite way of saying shit. With complete forgiveness and acceptance, I allow this letting go to happen. With all of my heart, I ask for unconditional love to assist me in this sacred surrender now. And everything I channel is always put out with unconditional love. So I'm sending all that love and healing and energy that you need to let go of what you need to let go of, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, or any toxic anything, situation that is holding you back. But even if it's just your own thoughts, because that is not just, that's a big thing. Turn now to face forward. Say aloud, I invite in life, I invite in love. I invite in what is required for my own spiritual success and thrive in divinity. Through unconditional love and divine mercy, through the guiding spirit of my soul brother Rumi, may this be so. Then place one hand on your heart and say aloud, in this present moment, life thrives. It is within the thriving grace that I choose to place my consciousness now. I am an angel ablaze. I trust in the benevolent divinity guiding my way. Place both hands in prayer, and when you're ready, simply bow your head for a moment. You have finished your honouring ritual. And I'm going to leave you, my beloveds. The fates. Fate and destiny is turning, and there's a 17 on this card, so the 17th of February may be significant. That happens to be my granddad's birthday in spirit, so happy birthday, Grandad, when that comes, but whatever that's going to be to you. Anyway, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I hope you got something from this. I trust that there was something in it somewhere for you, and even if none of the words and any of the storyline, which is real people's lives, people's real lives, made sense to you, then just know that there's always healing and relaxation being weaved through my words with everything that I do, and unconditional love and healing. And I wish you a beautiful sleep whenever that comes for you. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'll do a daily twin flame check-in, which will just happen to land upon Valentine's Day. And if not, I'll do it when I'm guided to Wednesday or whatever. But see you later. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to book a unlisted video or get in touch for a Zoom. Yeah, the links are all below. See you later. Bye. Happy Valentine's Day when it comes to you. Or happy Galentine's or whatever. Or if you don't celebrate it, just have a lovely Tuesday. See you later.